Since the beginning of time, people have always suspected that something was out there in the deepest reaches of space. Some have assumed that aliens are flying around, ready to make contact with humanity. Others fear that a devastating sea of asteroids is rushing our way. While so much is still undiscovered, we have come across some pretty wild things in space. What are some of the strangest things that scientists and astronomers have stumbled upon while searching the cosmos? Some of them are overwhelming, frightening even, and some are just awe-inspiring and beautiful. In today's video, we are going to take a look at the most bizarre things we have ever discovered in the cosmos. If we are touching upon strange things from space, we have to discuss asteroids. Few things are as scary as asteroids. Thanks to movies, books, and television, nearly every person on Earth knows we could face immediate extinction if one of these space rocks happens to land smack dab in the middle of our planet. Thankfully, we have been lucky so far, but we have noticed some large, strange asteroids in recent years. One of them was asteroid 2001 F032, which came whizzing by our planet at a breakneck speed of 77,000 miles per hour. It came very close to us. Well, close by space standards. The asteroid, which is about 2,230 feet wide, passed us by at a safe range of 1.25 million miles. F032's speed was unusual and unlike most other asteroids. While all asteroids and comets move quickly, 77,000 miles per hour is lightning quick even for them. The reason for its accelerated pace has to do with its highly inclined and elongated orbit around the Sun, which is a tilt of about 39 degrees to Earth's orbital plane. The rock picks up speed as it races inward towards the Sun and then slows again as it heads towards Mars. And yes, F032 will return to pass by Earth again. It is estimated that the superfast asteroid will head our way in 2052, but as long as our calculations are correct, it shouldn't pose us any threat. Speaking of asteroids and space rocks, we should touch upon something that isn't quite an asteroid, but sure looks and acts like one. Traveling through the stars at a speed of 57,000 miles per hour is something called Oumuamua, which is Hawaiian for a messenger from afar arriving first. This space creation looks like something straight from a sci-fi show because it closely resembles an alien spaceship. But don't get too excited. Oumuamua isn't an alien spaceship, it's just a disc-shaped 10 times as long as it is wide and similar to a giant cigar floating in the galaxy. What is it? Well, scientists aren't entirely sure. Some think it's an asteroid that just happens to be an odd shape. Others think that maybe it's a mass of solid hydrogen or cosmic dust. And of course, others think it really is a Martian vessel in disguise. Whatever it is, it's moving quickly and weirdly. In fact, its acceleration away from the Sun is one of the things that has scientists scratching their heads. While it's expected that some comets might accelerate as they travel away from the Sun after orbiting by it because the gas from their tails gives them a boost, this giant space object doesn't have a tail and therefore has no reason to be moving away from the massive Sun at such speeds. There was obviously something pushing the object away, and that's only led to more speculation that some sort of engine is perhaps guiding Oumuamua. We still don't know what it is or where it's headed. In all likelihood, it's probably a piece of hydrogen or an enormous piece of ice, but whatever it is, it has caught the attention of many. As has Tabby's star, another space mystery that has raised a few eyebrows. Located 1,500 light-years from Earth in the Cygnus constellation, Tabby's star was named after astronomer Tabitha Boyajian, who discovered the celestial body fluctuates in brightness from time to time. In fact, research has shown that Tabby's star loses up to 22% of its brightness at times. Stars don't usually work like that. The wild change in brightness is certainly a giant question mark with no answer. Some assume that perhaps a field of comets is smashing against the star at times, kicking up gigantic amounts of dust that could seemingly lower the star's brightness. Not surprisingly, some people think that maybe advanced alien structures are blocking the brightness of the star. While that would be exciting and maybe a bit terrifying, it's rather unlikely. Instead, the dust explanation is probably the most likely answer to this major astronomical mystery. What if you found out there was another planet in our solar system, pushed so far out of reach that we have never come across it? Would you believe it? There is a good, growing chance that this fantasy could become a reality, because some astronomers are certain that they are this close to proving that the fabled Planet 9 does exist. If it does, it would be one of the strangest and most shocking things ever discovered in space. Currently, many people believe that there is a Planet 9 far, far from us and the Sun. It is said to be about 10 times larger than Earth and 20 times farther from the Sun than Neptune. If such a planet does exist, it would take between 10,000 to 20,000 Earth years to make a complete orbit around the Sun. No wonder we haven't seen this planet yet. But what is the evidence that suggests Planet 9 is out there? It has to do with the gravitational effects noted on a group of icy objects that lie just beyond the orbit of Neptune. The orbits of these objects are elongated, as if something massive, like Planet 9, is affecting them. Based upon those facts and a vast array of other mathematical modeling and computer simulations, some people are downright certain that Planet 9 exists. We just haven't seen it yet because of its incredible distance from us. Gas clouds in space are beautiful, captivating things that you have probably seen many times before. They are one of the greatest wonders of space and celebrated for their weird and varying forms. But one nebula in space is quite peculiar. It is called the Red Rectangle Nebula, and it rests around 2,300 light-years away from us. As you probably guess, it has a very distinctive rectangular shape. Some have theorized that the bizarre shape is due to the fact that two stars sit at the heart of the nebula. This means that shock waves from both stars hit the dusty ring surrounding them and create an interesting formation. Meanwhile, a phenomenon called extended red emission causes the nebula to have a somewhat creepy red glow about it. So not only is this thing shaped oddly, it's colored oddly too. Strange. Space is full of so many miraculous discoveries that it's not surprising there would be some weird and bizarre ones too. The strangest fact about these odd space stories is that there are surely many, many more out there just waiting to be found. For every strange space object we discussed, there are likely millions more even stranger. We just haven't found them yet. That's one of the coolest things about space. There is always something new, different, and totally unique just beyond the horizon. We just have to keep on searching for it. Thanks for watching, and while you're still here, go ahead and click the video on your screen to see our next video. I'll see you there.